Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Carol Vester from the Metro Marching Band Classic. Carol, welcome. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
Yes, it's been a couple of years because, like everything else, no Marching Band Classic last year, but back this year. And how many is this?
We're in our 24th year.
Wow, 24 years of the Metro Marching Band Classic. And for those who don't know what it is, before we talk specifically about what's happening this year, explain what the event consists of.
The event itself is where we showcase 7 of our area high schools in this year, 2021 performances. It is a fundraiser. This is the one and only event that is not a competition, so they're not competing amongst each other. They have the opportunity of watching each other's shows, which is great. And at the same token, we also have the opportunity of having one of our universities as well join us, and they get to see what a university band is all about.
For those who maybe have been out of the marching band scene for a while, they do it differently than when some of us were in high school. There's kind of a set competition show that they take to, competitions around the state, and a lot of our marching bands travel. But as you said, this is the one time when the students, even if they've been at the same contest for several weeks, they're probably either getting ready, warming up, or cooling down from their performance when other area bands are performing. So it's kind of the kids' only chance to see the other bands.
Absolutely. And as I said, as you've just mentioned, a lot of times we have our 2 smaller schools that are not competing against the bigger schools.
Oh, sure.
So with that said, it's usually 2 separate competitions. So at least the smaller schools get to see what the bigger high schools, I should say, are doing, their actual performances. And it's more relaxed. And in other words, it's not timed in, timed out. Everyone relaxes, enjoys themselves. Obviously they have a certain set time to get onto the field, but if it takes a little longer, it's no big deal. It's not like a competition where it is under a certain time frame and everything must be done within that time frame. So it's more relaxed, more enjoyable, and what better place to be outdoors to see all this wonderful marching band music. It's great.
As David Letterman used to say, it's an exhibition, not a competition. Please, no wagering.
Very well put.
Coming up on the 11th of October?
That's correct.
And I know it rotates between Kingston and Linn-Mar, I think. Where are we this year?
This year it's going to be at Linn-Mar Stadium.
Now, those who are watching the video are looking at the poster right now, even as we speak. But so I'm asking questions that I already know the answer to. But if you haven't been to Linn-Mar Stadium, oh my gosh, such a great facility.
It is beautiful. I mean, we had the opportunity the first year that Linn-Mar opened. My memory is going to be a little foggy. I'm going to say I would say at least a good 8-9 years ago, we had the opportunity with our marching band classic to be one of the few that year to actually perform in their stadium, and it's just beautiful.
Run through the list of schools that will be participating. Again, it's on the poster that some of us are looking at, but go ahead and run down the list.
The 7 high schools that will be performing are Jefferson, Kennedy, Linn-Mar, Marion, Prairie, Washington, Xavier, and they will all be performing, as I mentioned earlier, their 2021 marching band programs.
And you also bring in one of the college university bands, and this year in the rotation it is?
It is the Iowa State University Cyclone Football Varsity Marching Band. But a little footnote on these guys. Believe it or not, when we did host our first marching band competition, which was our first marching band performance in 1997. Ironically, it was the Iowa State Cyclones who joined us for the first time that year. So,
nice.
As I said, over our rotation of every 3 years of all the Iowa State universities, it's kind of fun to have them coming back and as well enjoying. As I said, unfortunately, they, like us last year, could not perform equally in their football, so they're looking very much forward to coming back this year and doing all of their 2021 shows that they normally do at football.
A lot of area alums, too, who will be a part of the Iowa State Band coming back and getting to perform for the hometown crowd, and that's always nice.
That is nice, and it's fun because, as I said, I'm putting a program together. I was making sure we had all their names on the roster because we put into our souvenir program, and it was kind of fun looking at some of the names because I do remember some of these kids from all the different high schools, so it's kind of fun. What we do is we ask that band director at the Iowa State University to single them out at some point in time in the evening, and that way they they are presented to the crowd, and it's a good way as well for those students to mingle with their fellow colleagues that they would have had graduated prior to their fellow colleagues. So it's kind of fun it's kind of a big homecoming for everybody.
What time do things get started?
This year it's going to start at 6 p.m., where we're going to do a little pre-show with our Iowa State University Cyclone football varsity marching band. At 6:20, we will do the presentation of colors with the American Legion Post, number 298 from Marion. 6:25, the Star Spangled Banner, and at 6:30 itself, start of the show. And then obviously we'll end our evening with the Iowa State marching band as well, doing performances from their 2021 program.
It's the Metro Marching Band Classic, now in its 24th year, on the 11th of October. And I really like what you talk about when you say that it's an opportunity for the students to get to see each other, because this is the same thing that happens with our Corridor Jazz Project for the jazz bands, is that, they go to these competitions, but they're all so busy, they don't really ever get to see their friends from other schools perform or get to hear their songs. And this is an opportunity not only for the families to get to see all the students, but also the students to get to see each other. And it ends up being a pretty memorable experience.
It surely is. And the way, as I said earlier, what a better way to enjoy an evening outdoors of great marching band music in one place and see the students who graduated from the local high schools perform in a university marching band. I think it's great. A great evening.
Are you doing advanced ticket sales or just at the gate?
No, this year we have tickets that are going online, and it is very simple at metromarchingbandclassic.ludus, which is LUDUS.com, until October the 10th, the night before the event. Or if you miss out on that, we will have tickets available at the gate starting at 5:30 that evening.
Is it a little cheaper to buy them ahead of time?
Absolutely.
Okay, so there you go. That's the thing to do.
Now, if Mother Nature's not good to us, which I hope she is, we do have a rain date in place, which would be the following Monday, October the 18th. But we're going for the 11th.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We've ordered good weather.
I hope so.
It's the 24th Annual Metro Marching Band Classic at Linn-Mar Stadium on October 11th. And again, mention that ticket link one more time, Carol.
I sure will. It is Metro Marching Band Classic, all one word in lowercase, .ludus.com.
All right. Well, good luck with it, and so good to have you back here, and so good to have our events coming back, as we missed everything so much last year.
Thank you very much, and again, I'm equally excited to have all our marching bands back, and basically something that's totally normal at this time of the year.
Normal is good. We like having some normal. That's for sure. Thanks again, Carol. Again, Metro Marching Band Classic.ludus.com if you'd like tickets or more information. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:20, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture, or however you get your podcasts. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.